Hey everybody, what's up y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Tammy Talks here. Let's go ahead and get into Married at First Sight Season 15, Episode 2, San Diego, Whole Wife for a Whole Life. If you are brand new to my channel, I do breakdowns of various TV shows, both scripted and reality, interjecting my own thoughts, opinions, and theories into each and every recap. For Married at First Sight in particular, I do a dedicated video for each and every couple that has something worth talking about on each episode. That way, you are not forced to listen to commentary about a couple you might not care anything about. So let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Stacia and Nate. Stacia is getting dressed and getting ready with her bride tribe with all her girls, and she's saying how she put herself through school with no student loans. She's very much a go-getter. So when she sees something that she wants, something that she wants to achieve, she stops at nothing to go to go ahead and make sure that that happens. So she's made herself very successful because she has planned out every aspect of her life. So every detail that has come across for her, she's planned out. Like, she's on top of her shit. She's just, life is not, she doesn't seem like a carpe diem type of person. She's more of a, I need to know strategically each and everything that's going to happen. This is how I'm going to achieve it. This is what I'm going to do. Like, that's how she rocks, which is cool. It works for her. So her mom tells her that she has to give him a chance and not let her fears stop her. So Stacia is a person who, because she seems very type A, very rigid, her mom doesn't want her to see the very first thing that could be wrong with him, and because of that, write him off right away. So Stacia is saying that she does not want his expectations of what a wife is and what a wife should be to change her. But at the same time, I think it was her friend or her sister told her, you say no a lot. So at the same time, you have to be open and be willing to compromise on what your expectations of a wife are in contrast to what his are. You got to meet somewhere in the middle. Stacia seems very unreasonable. She seems cool. She has her shit together, but Stacia seems like a very unreasonable person. And I think it's because she is a person that has kind of planned, when you've planned everything out yourself like that for yourself, you become a person that you're so used to running your own life in a way that you only want to run it in the way that you're used to, in the way that you're accustomed to. I don't see her, she just doesn't seem like she's going to compromise much, if at all, but we'll see. Nate, on the other hand, is getting his hair cut by his getting his beard lined up by his barber, and he's once again talking about his hustling days. Stop reminding us that you're a swindler, you're a hustler, a booster. People don't get jokes right over the head, but a booster. Stop reminding us of your backsliding days. So you used to sell knockoff shit, okay? If you have moved past that, you have truly moved past that, move past it. Leave the past in the past. So he just hopes that she understands him as a person. And then he goes into that very bullshit thing that people like to say on here, because if they don't, then it's whatever. That's not how that goes in life. That's not. So he's hoping that she accepts him for him, through his awkwardness, through his quirks, through what might be some of his downfalls, some of his pitfalls, his bad habits. He just wants her to really, this hair in my eye, he wants her to really understand him and to try to understand him as a person. So they sent each other gifts. And they gave each other Polaroid cameras. Now, they both thought that was so deep and just, kindred spirits. That's typical. I feel like that is typical. How many times have we seen on here about people buying Polaroids? Polaroid cameras, I just feel they're trendy. They're popular. Hell, I got one. People go out, they buy Polaroids. You can make cute little pictures of it. I don't know if that means that they're kindred spirits, but both of their notes were like, for all our many adventures. And that just made her just swoon. That just made her swoon. And then James Allen is going to remind us, we are a sponsor. We do rings. Get into it. Get into it. So we see the James Allen placement with the, here you go. So we see that her ring, she likes it. That's all that matters. And then we see Nate getting dressed. His tux is hideous. From the moment he picked out that gaudy, tacky tux, I knew. I said, ugh. Ugh. So he's excited about his tux. He thinks he looks good. Meanwhile, Stacia is crying her eyes out. Like, eyes are bloodshot red because she's getting emotional. Her mom is giving her a pep talk. Basically, her mom was like, you are that bitch, okay? But I'm proud of you because of everything you've done. But I need you to kind of relax yourself in this moment. Don't try to take everything to the next level yourself. You're entering into a partnership. And Stacia is crying, okay? Not the wailing that Alexis did last episode, but Stacia is definitely doing, there are tears to be had. So Stacia's sister and bridesmaid did not look impressed when Nate came walking out. Everybody was like, oh, did you? Like, it wasn't like a woo girl. It was definitely not the same reaction that Miguel was getting from Lindy's family. I think it might be Nate's hair. The hair is not hairing the way that he thinks it is. So he was so impatient and it was getting on my nerves. He's out there, come on out, like, what's taking so long? Dang, girl. Like, and it's like, relax. You don't even know this lady. You don't know what could be going on. Her dress, like, the zipper could be stuck. She could have gotten sick. There were just a number of things that could have went wrong. His impatience, I think, was another big part of the reason why Stacia's sister and her other friend, the bridesmaid, were kind of looking like, relax, she's coming. So his family said that there'll never be a dull moment with him. He's very adventurous. He loves sunsets, and he said that sunsets are his thing. He's a freak in the sheets. And I said, ugh. I had the same reaction as Stacia. This is why I feel like Married at First Sight needs to stop letting the families do these. Because any member of your family with an ounce of common sense is not going to put that in there. And I feel like this happens every season. There's always somebody's family that just throws in something completely wild like that. What part of that is appropriate? That he's a freak in the sheets? This is his family. How do y'all know? That is the most concerning part. How does his family even know that? And Stacia looked mortified. She was not going. She was not going for that at all. She didn't think it was entertaining. She gave the laugh. That's what she gave. But they also said that he's a deep thinker and he would rather talk about aliens and the Mandela effect. I'm not saying that aliens aren't real. I'm not saying that aliens are real, okay? I have no comment about that topic whatsoever. But what I am saying is, I feel like, don't tell me that's what you prefer to talk about. Don't tell me that is your conversation of choice. But they also said that he's a Devo. He cares about straight teeth and his outfits have to be fire. That's not being a Devo. That's being an adult with good hygiene. He said, they also say that he is a person that gives undivided attention. So she never has to worry about feeling like she's coming second fiddle or second place to anyone. And he will always have her back. Her family gave the shortest description ever. They said that she is a very independent woman. She has created various sources of income for herself to build generational wealth. And then they said she sleeps with her eyes open. And he was like, wait, what? And like her friends and family are cracking up. He is like, are y'all serious? And they said, no, dead ass, she sleeps with her eyes open. I feel like she might want to get that checked out. That don't really seem natural or healthy or safe. I don't know. I just imagine like, and I know her eyes aren't like, wide open, but I just imagine like always having dry eyes. Like, people have desks and stuff in their house. But all right. So then after they get married, they talk about work. She says that, she knows what he knows what she does because it was kind of listed in there. But he said that he's a day trader. And then he sells, what did he say? He said he sold something. And I was like, that's not what you said in the package. I thought he said he sold ad space, but now he said he sold something else. But he was saying how they both work from home. And she was like, oh, so we're going to always be at home, all the time because she's a remote worker. She then asked how clean he is. And he was like, I mean, I'm clean. Like, he basically was like, I'm clean enough. She said that she is uncomfortably clean and that her house does not look lived in. Her house looks like it's staged. And she's laughing, cackling the entire time. Nathan makes a comment when they're like taking the pictures. He has his arm around her waist. You got a small waist, I like that. He mentioned earlier that she is ideal because she's tall, thin, has a bunch of her own hair. And he said there was something else. So my thing is, and I know some of y'all are gonna get mad. And I really believe Nate wanted a white girl. And the fact that Stacia is light enough for him is okay. But what I don't want to hear the entire season is him constantly talking about how thin she is and being happy about how thin she is. I don't want to hear that. And it has nothing to do with hating on her weight or anything like that. But it comes across very shallow. It comes across very superficial. Stacia's beautiful. It's not a question. But and I'm sure she does not want to hear about how thin she is and about her weight the entire time either. Nate's going to work my nerve. I can feel it. Nate is going to work my nerves. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode. How do you guys feel about Stacia and Nate? Let's talk about it down below. If you have not already, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. Peace.